Hello everyone. This is Arunava. This is my channel. Generally, I don't post content like this, but I just went through a debate with experiencing a debate between a theist and an atheist. And what struck to my mind while the atheists actually put on their argument is that there is no objective way to demonstrate the existence of God, and therefore there is no reason to believe in God. Now, as far as the argument has this, there is no way to objectively show or demonstrate that there is God. This has a very big fallacy, because at least there are claims, okay, that there is a way to objectively show there is existence of God, or you can experience God, but it is personal in nature. But the process is not personal. The process is universal, but the experience is personal. For example, whether or not a medicine cure a certain type of disease. Now, you can say that, okay, fine, if this medicine cures this disease, whether that statement is true or not, you have to demonstrate it. Okay, so but the experience has to be personal, in the sense that, okay, I was diseased, I had all this deformation or a problem in my body, and it got cured after consuming this medicine. Therefore the medicine must be curing the disease. All the symptoms that this disease appeared made to be appearing, all those symptoms in the body disappeared after consumption of the medicine. That has to be a proof, and also the medicine has to be universal in nature, that you cannot say that, okay, the medicine only worked for me, the medicine doesn't work for you. Okay, there are processes which claim that you can experience the existence of God, the spiritual connection with you and your God, by going through certain processes, and the processes doesn't change from individual to individual. Now, as far as the argument goes, that show me where is God, to everyone at once, that has this fallacy that you have not underwent through that process, and yet you are demanding the experience. For example, now there is an argument there by the atheists, that is, why should I follow your method particularly? Because there may be another person who claim, oh, follow my method. Okay, so how come your method is any good than any other's claim, right? That is again a problematic argument for me. There has to be, just understand this thing in analogy of extracting an element from a compound. I'm talking about chemical extraction. So there can be multiple ways to extract an element, but there has to be a chemical process. Okay, you create a chemical solution by following certain processes, and then that chemical process maybe extract out a certain element which prove the presence of that element in that compound on the first place, and second, that there has to be a method to be followed. Now you may question that, well, in the very beginning you can question, well, why should I follow any method? I mean, how? Well, that is not a very good argument. You have to follow a process to get a certain realization or test certain hypothesis out, especially in the field of experiencing God. The process has to be followed, and then the conclusion has to be made. Now let's understand what is the process. The process is, and the philosophy is, that your identity or your spiritual nature, your pure conscious nature, which is not material in nature, immaterial in nature, currently is in a state of misidentification. Okay, so the argument is that you currently identify with the body, with the name, with the designation, with the sexual identity of the body. Okay, you say I'm a male, I'm a female, I'm a transgender, or whatever it may be. You say I'm a doctor, I'm a farmer, I'm this and that. You say I'm an Indian, I'm a European, or whatever. I'm black and I'm white. All these designations are right now covering your true identity. The first process of understanding God is to go beyond that identification, and that's not easy for 99% of the people of this earth. Now, it's like saying that, holding a compound and saying, hey, look, show me where is carbon in it. I know what carbon looks like, but this doesn't look like a carbon. Okay, show me where is the carbon. I don't see it. Okay, there's a chemical process where maybe carbon can be extracted from this and demonstratively shown to you that, look, this does exist, but you have to go through all these processes. Now you may say, no, I will not go through the processes. I will not will follow up. Just show me. I mean, just that very demand doesn't hold any merit into it, right? So this misidentification of the self with all this bodily identification is a blockade for you to feel the presence of God. Okay, so first and foremost, you have to remove this misidentification. Now, the way this misidentification can be removed is blocking out or taking yourself out from this constant bombardment of information and interaction of your senses with the material world. Okay, how you do the blockade? The process is now termed as meditation, right? The very first stage is that you close your eyes, you go to a calm place, and you sit there and you try to observe the fluctuations in your mind, right? So that very process of meditation, the long-term effect of the meditation, has demonstratively show physiological change as well as behavioral change in the study. Now that itself, that documentation itself should give you faith about the process. Okay, that what lies the deep end of this process. Now, what lies as a deep end of the process is already documented. It's called the Eastern philosophy. Okay, these people have gone through the extensive practices in meditation, and they have written down their experiences, their conclusions in the form of scripture, in this Eastern philosophical books, right? And so, if you're an atheist and your argument is that show me where is God, okay, here is God. You can go through these processes and see the changes are happening in your body or not. Now you may say, okay, I have went through certain meditation, it hasn't changed anything, I'm still an atheist. Well, it's like saying that, okay, I've taken the medicine for a few days, it hasn't changed anything. Well, that doesn't mean that the medicine doesn't work, because the mere samples that have been taken right now, I mean, meditation is pretty now practiced by millions and millions of people. Its effect is beyond question right now. So much documentation has been done on mere physiological changes, leave alone the behavioral changes. That's also very much documented. So you cannot question it with any authority unless you prove that all those documentations are absolutely false. And when it goes beyond a certain limit, like millions of people getting benefited, and demonstratively so, you cannot question that process anymore. Now, the question then becomes, as an atheist, when you claim that you haven't seen God, have you reached to the far end of that process? Have you dived deepest to the deepest position, the deepest realization of those processes? Unarguably, I'm yet to see an atheist that has went through deep meditation practices, and yet, they don't believe in any don't believe in any supernatural position. Even Sam Harris, a person called Sam Harris, who claims to be very a very deep meditation practitioner, believe in some sense of existence of this conscious nature of the universe, what we call in Sanatana Dharma call Brahman. Okay, this shapeless and formless and the pure existence itself is something separate from the true nature of the universe, or something like that. So he's not really in the sense of an atheist who doesn't believe that anything exists from beyond what we sense to be real. I understand there are different grades of atheism. The atheists themselves don't always agree with each other. I understand all of that. But the very fact that you believe that there is no God, but you were not ready to go through the process, tells me that there is something wrong in your argument. There is a process. The existence, the spiritual nature, can be demonstrated if you go through the process. It's a realization uh, and therefore your argument doesn't hold. That's all I have to say. Thank you.